Hey, good morning everybody. It's Bobby. I hope you had a great weekend. All is wonderful here at the club at Horseshoe Bay. Today's video is part one of a two-part series on how to release the golf club. And well, you might say, well, gosh, 2 parts? How extensive is this training you plan to give us? And why don't you give it all to us at once? Well, because you have a beginner release and then you have the expert release. And we can't jump straight to that expert release, that low handicap release, until you've gone through the stage that I'm about to take you through. And that is how to release that club generically with just your forearms. That's the way you have to learn it. And then once you do that, then you can get into what we'll do next week. And so stay with me here. One of the things that I'll do when I have a new student is just to find out where they are, if they're somewhere in the, double-digit handicap. I'll have them, if you're one of my students, you probably know that I did this with you. I'll have them put the golf club in just the left hand and say, do me a favor and take it back and swing. Pretend there's a ball 6 inches off of the ground and just take a couple of swings at it. And all I'm looking for is to see if they're releasing that golf club or not. If they grab that and immediately go, you mean like this? Well, then I know they haven't yet tuned in this idea, and conceptually, they just don't have it. The act of releasing the club. What is the release? Well, the release is this toe going from toe up over here to toe up over here. The person who doesn't release typically has a left elbow that ascends up rather than rolling over as it should. All right, so the act of rolling over the elbow, that left arm, is the act of releasing the club, but yet it is the beginner form. As I say, next week we'll get into the advanced form. And so the first thing is, can you do it with just your left forearm? If you can create a little swish, listen to that well-timed swish. Ooh, that's a release. Then put it in the right hand and see if you can do the same thing. It is the exact same thing, and that is right about impact. That arm rolls over, and we get into that release position. Toe is up, toe is up. Create a little swish, and if you can do that, it's time to put it in 2 hands and see if you can hit a golf ball with what feels like just release. I'm going to hit this golf ball with just forearm rotation, a little cock and uncock, and if you can do that, and the strike feels pretty powerful, and again, I'm not using any body right now, so don't tune into what my legs were doing or anything else. I'm hoping to just hit it with forearm rotation. We'll get into the body release next week, and it'll be well worth whatever time it takes to develop. But if I can just cock it and uncock it and hit the ball out there, and it's got some velocity on it, then I am ready for part 2, which, as I say, I will reveal next week. So again, start with your left hand. Can you release it? If you can, go to the right hand. Can you release it? If you can, go with 2 hands and put that well-timed swish on a golf ball. And if you can do that, you're ready for what we'll take care of next week. I want to thank you for tuning in with me. I'll see you there.